It is such a beautiful day out, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Why is nobody else enjoying it? Hi everybody, welcome back, or if you're new, welcome in. My name's Chris, and today, well, I'm starting today's journey down in the town of Morrison, and then I think I'm going to go for a little hike. So why don't you come along and let's see what we can see. Yeah, full disclosure, these were not the original plans for today. I was going to go up to Bishop Castle. Unfortunately, as I got closer, well, they closed down the 25 freeway. I managed to get off at the last stop before the closure and turned around, but not before using up about a half a tank of gas in the entire journey. My thoughts are with whomever was involved in whatever incident happened, but I guess that leaves me free to walk around here today. Well, it's honestly been a couple months since, the last time I walked around here. And quite a bit seems to be, somewhat empty now. Yeah, from across the street, I can't even tell if the Red Rocks Grill is still operating. I know the place next to it has been for sale for some time. And the owner here is, they put this place up for sale over a year ago. Since then, a lot of other places have gone empty. But the Holiday Bar itself is definitely still active. Yeah, just looking at the Red Rocks Grill, the door is actually bolted closed, so I'm going to assume they went out of business. And Google confirms it. Yeah, that's a bummer. I never got to get a drink there. They were one of the places where I did want to try an old-fashioned at one point, but never really got the chance, and, well, now I never will. But if other places are open, I think at this point, I'm gonna make a quick stop. You know, I originally came in here for a beer, but, well, since the place across the street is now closed and I wanted to try an old-fashioned, let's try this one. Yeah, I did have a quick cocktail and some tacos out at the bar just a little bit ago. It was actually at the Morrison Inn. The tacos were fairly good. A little bit too much of the crema, and could have used a little bit more spice, but very tasty. The margarita, however, was absolutely delicious. Make sure always, if you're making a margarita, fresh lime and sugar. You don't need margarita mix, you definitely don't need sweet and sour. Just fresh lime and sugar. And I'm actually quite surprised at how empty that place was with how beautiful the afternoon kind of was at the time. It's starting to get a little bit cloudy now. We'll see. And tomorrow, it's actually supposed to snow a couple of inches. Again, time will tell. Most likely it will. Oh, it most definitely snowed. But now I'm down here at Tap on the Rocks, just for a few extra calories to walk off. Let's make this walk worth it. And here is that old-fashioned. Cheers. Okay. A little bit heavy on the bitters, but actually kind of good. Alright, I like it. Cheers. Okay, now that I looked up the ingredients, maybe it wasn't bitters. Maybe it's that ginger cello, which I've never actually had before, and okay, I kind of like it. Yeah, definitely a little bit more ginger. Ooh. The weather just can't seem to make up its mind right now. I guess that's because there's that storm coming in. It's not going to stop me from going for that hike. Well, now, if that isn't a sign of the times. But it is kind of giving me hope that somebody might have bought that property and is doing something with it. I mean, the guy in the Cybertruck is out there pulling weeds and cleaning up. So maybe somebody did buy it. Nice. Well, judging from those clouds, we better get going. Let's finish this drink. Alright, but now it's time to start walking. Because even though the skies are gray, there's still so much green to see. And just for the record, that's the patio I was just sitting on. So let's go ahead and start walking down the creek. Yeah, hopefully this gray will clear up. Either way, it's going to be a nice walk. Yeah, then again, how can it not be? You know, part of the reason I wanted to come out here was to see some of the updates of this new construction happening. I just have to get across to there. We got a couple gatekeepers making sure I don't cross. Okay, I don't think it's being done by that biggie. Well, it claims it's going to be opening in spring. It still has a little bit of work to go. But whenever it opens, I do hope to get a bite to eat and a drink there. It's probably not going to be done by the time of the Weird Al concert, but probably next season then. Yeah, I think it at least looks nice. We'll see what it's like when it opens. I just hope the dress code will be lifted, but then again, it'd be kind of fun if it wasn't. Now, unfortunately, the place right next door here did close down, and they are clearing out. Again, another unfortunate loss. I think from the signs I've seen over the past little while, they might be moving locations, but still, the fact that this place is no longer in Morrison, that's a definite loss. But what a beautiful little location it was, and still is. And I hope the new location does well. There's a QR code for more information. Or maybe they are just becoming something new. Huh. If so, that's a positive. I will always love this place, mostly because the building itself was built exactly 100 years before I was born. And they also do have some decent beignets during brunch. But that's only available on Sundays. Okay, maybe a storm is coming in. Whew, just got windy. Yeah, this is going to be a fun walk, but yeah, let's do it anyway. Yeah, by the way, if you joined me because of the chaos of last week, yeah, this is not that. Yeah, today I'm just going for a walk and trying to relax. Yeah, even if the weather looks somewhat ominous. Any time is a good time to slow down and just look around. It's always a beautiful time out here in Colorado. But for the moment, let's just go exploring the wonders around me. You know, both natural and human-made. Because you, never know how long anything is going to last. Yeah, it's not often that I show some urban art out in its natural environment, but hey, it's actually kind of a nice place. Yeah, and I'm definitely not advocating that you grab a can of spray paint and do it yourself. Let me try to find that path again. Let's get back to walking. Because I did cross the creek when I saw all that, and now I gotta cross back. This honestly looks as good a place as any. Alright, wish me luck crossing this with the camera. After a couple of drinks. Whoop. Whoa, okay. Yeah, but after even one drink, that could have been treacherous. Yeah, all that was just, well, right down off of the road and, well, across from the gas station. Not exactly sure how long I'll be out here considering the time and the amount of wind, but yeah, let's go for a little bit of a walk before tomorrow's snow. That must have been one hell of a bad shot. There's not a golf course around here for miles. But let's not worry about that now. Let's walk along Burt Ward's Canal and see if we can't find any robins. Okay, now I want to cross back over and find out what all this is. I don't quite know how wise it is to go investigate a bunch of shovels that I see laying about. Could have been left by the ghosts of old miners. I mean, not the little kids, the other type of. Let's find out. Oh, what the heck is all this? Okay, at first I was drawn in by these shovels, but now I see what it is. There's a dirt bike course out here. I mean, seriously, whoever built this? This is awesome. I had no idea this was out here. Wow. And apparently it's being built by my kind of people. This place is just interesting. It's not the only location that I see here with these words. We even have it here on these barrels. And somebody's even been cooking out here while they've been building. Yeah, there are benches out here. I don't know if this is sanctioned, but it's absolutely proper. Oh, my body would not be able to take this place, but back in my youth, I would have loved it. You know, back in California, we had this little place that we called Anarchy Zone. This kind of reminds me of it. Not quite as secluded, but a lot more built up. Oh, whoever built this place? Yeah, I like you. I probably would have spent quite a bit of time here in my youth. You know, I used to actually put on stunt shows in my backyard as a kid. Decades and decades ago. Before I was this frail. But wow. Yeah, this would have been fun. Yeah, with that flat tire, I don't know if it's a prop or an actual tool, but kind of fits. Either way. And for you to have set up something to crush your beer cans in, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but this is the kind of underground place I dreamt of back when I was growing up. Absolutely awesome. Oh no. Someone had a string cheese incident. Yeah, but these people are definitely my kind of people. Yeah, like I like to say, make sure you leave a little extra kindness around and try to make a stranger smile. Oh, but this place is built so brilliantly. Look at this little jump. Then that comes back down onto this side, and yeah, this is quite fun. And I love how they use actual stone in the building. Yeah, by the way, I've been making sure I try to stay at least on the little trails and don't mess up any of these jumps. People put a lot of hard work into it. Yeah, there are these little ways around that kind of help me navigate as I explore. So all this was obviously built for a bike and not for my feet. Just ran into one of the people out here. It's a small group of just a handful of people who built this. It's been here since 2008. They're normally out here on Sundays. If you want to see them ride, Sundays in the evening. Right now he's out here working to cover things up before the storm. But yeah, I love what they built here. This is absolutely awesome. Yeah, this is pretty much as good as Bishop's Castle as far as I'm concerned. It's made by the community. Man, that was awesome. Yeah, those are the kinds of things that you can find if you just slow down and look around. Never know what's out there. And I haven't even made it across the 470 yet. Yeah, but let's get on back to nature, even though, yeah, you always gotta wonder when you find something random sitting out there. Does nature have a lost and found? It's obviously been sitting here for a while. I'm gonna leave it in a more obvious place, but hopefully whoever left it here comes back for it. Otherwise, there's really no getting it back to them. And that really is a bummer for whomever lost it. Let's keep on trekking on down that trail. We're mostly out here for the outdoors of it all, right? You know, my bike might not be a dirt bike, but I might have to take it out for some more off-road exploring sometime soon. We'll see. It may not be an actual dirt bike, but I'm pretty sure it could go off-road at least. Doubly so if that road is downhill without too many jumps. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how many jumps I still have left in me at my age. Yeah, but at least I'm not in the way. Right? Welcome back to Skunk Hollow at Bear Creak Lake. And remember, yeah, no hearse trailer parking. Yeah, I do like this little place just outside of Morrison on the other side of the 470. It's a kind of a nice little recreation spot. I haven't been here since fall. So it's good to see the leaves coming back in. Even if the backdrop behind those leaves is kind of gray. We can discover the wonders of nature, growing in the brushes down by the riverside. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's a Grateful Dead song. We've come to a, human-made little auditorium. I'm sure they tell little stories here. And maybe that story has something to do with owls. But at least with all these park rangers, yeah, this outhouse is well protected. But let's keep on moving. Wait a minute. What happened to my horse? I just hope this place isn't trying to summon the Blair Witch or something. It's honestly the last thing we need right now. But always, as you're walking around, make sure you take time to look at the little things. Yeah, I've been out here to Bear Creak Lake Park a few times, but there's still a few places I haven't explored, so let me put those old videos in the description and, let's find a couple of those other places. Yeah, I don't think I could get to the waterski area, but let's see. I mean, I see that the road is closed, but, I'm not a motorized vehicle. Let's go. You know, this isn't the average road, so, you know, this place isn't roped off. Let's explore. Besides, they kind of expect people here. And I'm kind of curious as to where this little road goes. So let's explore and find out real quick. I do hope I'm getting to something soon. And here it is. This little waterway does have some water skiing during the summer. Yeah, I've driven past here quite a few times and seen it in action, just never actually walked out to it. Well, I should be able to get out there through this Indiana Jones style path. Let's figure out high road or low road. Let's go low road. Well, who the heck would put a pole in the middle of the road? It's always interesting to walk along a body of water and see the freeway just going along past. Hopefully this pathway leads somewhere soon. Yeah, if it leads to the Devil's Rejects, well, it's been a nice life. And it's also been a nice walk. Finally made it to that dock. I wonder if there's an easier way to make it back to my car. That makes for an interesting way to eat a picnic. Apparently they do open up later this month, and, well, here are some of the prices. And, of course, QR code. Yeah, those might be last year's prices, so make sure you check their website and that QR code. But it is a beautiful little place, and, well, they do have reserved times. That said, I have no idea what the colored dots are all about. But as long as it's not roped off, I'm going to walk on out here. Yeah, one of these days I really do have to do it. But for now, it just makes for an interesting place to be. I want to come out here during the summer and actually give it a try. It would be such a beautiful place. Yeah, regardless of the freeway. Wouldn't mind if this was my first place water skiing. I've been on a jet ski. Just never water skis. I just hope there's no sharks in here. Or gators. And just for the record, I do like the wobble of walking along this little dock. Feels like one of those old barrel bridges. I should really come back out here after Memorial Day and check it all out. Okay, this one doesn't really look like a pedalboard, does it? Yeah, but I think on that note, it's time to start heading back to my car. Who knows? Maybe I'll be back here at some point during the summer. You have no idea how much I'd like to go out in that thing. It may be expected to snow tomorrow, but for right now, well, it's definitely spring. So I think it's about time we start wrapping up today's video. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that other fun YouTube stuff. It does actually help me grow. I only really get a couple dozen views for every video, and only a few of them actually make it to this point. So if you're here, definitely thank you for watching. Yeah, in my real life, I kind of develop a stutter every now and then, and, well, it's a little less evident here. So, yeah, it's definitely helpful for me, and definitely I hope it's a nice break from the real world for you. By the way, it is kind of interesting that during all that walk, Yeah, this gate was closed, but I was able to walk around on actual paths and then get to the closed gate on my way out. Yeah, there might be a metaphor in there, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and be sure to join next time. And make sure to spread a little extra kindness in the world. We could all use it right about now. And until next time, feel free to spoon the bacon. Time to walk back to my car in the rain. Good night, everyone. Yeah, they should really package the smell of this place in the rain.